Hey, assalamualaikum everyone. This is Emin Masood. Welcome to my channel, That Blind Girl. Today, I want to talk very briefly about um, the way that blind people observe Ramadan, and basically, I want to share my experiences. So, usually. Before undergrad and after I've moved back from law school, I'm with my family, and so Ramadan, my family does a lot of the preparations, the meal preps. Um, During undergrad and law school, um, and this is basically the purpose of today's video, like how I would do Ramadan as a blind person without assistance. Um, this was more, um, so during undergrad, I spent it was the first time I spent days of Ramadan without my family. So, like during the weekdays, on the weekends, I would come back from and come home and visit my family. But during the weekdays, I would be in my dorm, and in the evenings, when we eat when we break the fast and eat iftar, we would it would excuse me, that would feel like dinner, um, but and so I would just eat that in the dining hall. Where things really felt different was suhoor, like in the morning, in the very early morning before dawn, um, when we have to get up and eat something before beginning our fast. That was usually when everything was quiet, everyone was sleeping, and I would have to get up and um, pull food out of the fridge and warm it. And in that, the thing I had to make sure was that my container, that I had to make sure which container I wanted to take out, which container of food I wanted to take out. I would decide that beforehand, or whether it was one of the containers of food, of biryani to be specific, or kebab that my parents had sent with me, or whether it would be a sandwich that I had bought from the university. So I would decide that, and of course the good thing was they both felt different, so I didn't have to um, eh, like think about which one is which at the time of suhoor, because during suhoor time is of the essence. Um, and then during um, and so during those times, one thing I really learned was time management, and I really got good at time management even outside of Ramadan because of the training I got, like during suhoors in Ramadan. And so um, and so like during that time, it really felt a little stressful, but afterwards I realized, hey, this really got me into like a good habit of like learning how to manage my time effectively. Um, and then during law school, I was at an apartment. My roommates there were very helpful, so the stress was actually a little bit less. But I would make sure to wake up for suhoor a little bit before them, because I know I take a little bit longer, and I didn't want them to be delayed because of the time that I was taking. So that was one thing that I would have to make sure. The other thing I would have to make sure is, well, in law school, I was taking more food from home than I was during undergrad. And so, because in undergrad, I had the option of eating at the dining hall, not so much at law school. And so I would take a lot of containers from home, food containers. And so the night before, I would make sure that I have the right container ready, you know, so that I'm not looking for what to eat at suhoor. And and what I would try to make sure is that it's the container with the food that that I only have to warm up one container. So one food item. So I would typically not eat like anything where I would have to warm up bread and gravy. So I would eat like rice and stuff like that, or when I, you know, so to make sure that I would warm up only, so that I only needed to warm up one food item, and not two, because if I like, for example, warmed up bread, if I were to, for example, eat bread and gravy for suhoor, then I'd have to warm up both bread and gravy, which would take time. And so these are a few things that I had to think about and and have planned and ready. And how would I know which food items are which? I would open if my roommates were available, they would kind of, because the top of my containers were transparent, they would kind of look through the top and see and tell me what it is. But if not, then I would open the container and take a whiff, take kind of a smell of which food item it was, because obviously I couldn't, see it. And so I would make sure to do that the night before, so that I don't have to spend time, even so I don't have to waste time even doing the smallest thing as taking a whiff, and seeing what food it is. And so these were some challenges that I faced during Ramadan, outside, like when I was living outside of my home. I'm really grateful that I'm back home with my family now, this Ramadan, so that I don't have to face these challenges. And I'm also grateful that I have the opportunity to eat suhoor and iftar, because a lot of Muslims who are observing Ramadan around the world don't have the luxury of eating suhoor. So even though it felt stressful then, and it even feels stressful now sometimes when you're late for for suhoor, at least I have the ability, the luxury of eating it. That concludes today's video. I hope it was informative, and if you liked today's video, definitely feel free to like and share it, and subscribe for more videos. Subscribe to this channel. Thank you.